5 tips for better public speaking gestures. Hi, I'm Ryan McLean and I'm from publicspeakingpower.com, where we teach people like you to become more powerful public speakers. Today we're talking about gestures, and more specifically how we can use gestures and how we can become better at using gestures so we're not awkward on stage and so our presentation runs smoothly. If you missed our previous podcast, we discussed the 4 different types of gestures and how you can use them, and we gave some examples. And so in today's podcast, I'm going to go into more detail about how you can improve your gestures, things to avoid, and how to appear natural on stage and confident. We want to be confident, we want to be powerful. All right, so come on. So tip number 1 is to eliminate distracting mannerisms. This is the biggest mistake that most people make when it comes to gestures. They use a lot of good gestures, but then they also use these tics or mannerisms that they just kind of repeat over and over that distract people from the message that they're giving. So the rule is, if a hand gesture is supporting the delivery of your message, then generally it's going to be great. But if the hand gesture is taking away from the supporting of your message, then generally it's not going to be very good. Okay, so what are some of the mannerisms that people use? Well, you just saw one, playing with your ring finger. One thing that I need to control is touching my face, because for some reason when I speak in public I get an itchy nose or an itchy cheek, and so if I continually scratch my face, even though I feel itchy and I want to do it, that's going to distract you from hearing what I have to say. People often sway from side to side or shift their weight, or they'll pace back and forth, but they'll do it in a repetitive motion. 3 steps, same spot. 3 steps, same spot. It's like they're doing some dance in some dictatorial society where they're forced to do it, like the movie Ants from DreamWorks. And so people will do these tics and these mannerisms. They might touch their ear, they might adjust their hair. You know, my hair is so beautiful, I need to adjust it all the time. They might adjust their clothing, put their hands in their pockets. You might play with pens. People just kind of, spin the pen around while they're talking. They don't even notice that they're doing it. So a great way to do it, just make sure your hands are free, guys, and don't keep anything in your hands, because if the pen's in your hand, you're just going to naturally play with it. If there's keys in your pocket, take them out. Try not to put your hands in your pockets at all. Just keep your hands free is the best suggestion that I can give you, and try and be aware of what you're doing with your hands, and if you're doing any repetitive motions. Recording yourself on video and watching yourself back is a great way to find out these things that you do. Alright, tip number 2 is to be natural and conversational. So the best public speakers are ones that appear natural, and they know what they're saying, they're confident. And the thing is, we use hand gestures in everyday conversation. When I'm talking to my wife over the dinner table, when I'm telling a story to my children, when I'm talking to family members, even when I'm on the phone, I'm using hand gestures. When I'm angry at someone on a call center or something because they've stuffed up something, you use these hand gestures in everyday life when you're telling stories and when you're talking to people anyway. So try and relax, be as cruisy, be as casual as you can, and just pretend you're having a conversation with your best friend. How would you use your hand gestures then? That's a good indication that you're doing things well, if it feels natural, if it feels normal. When people you can't see it in the video, but when people keep their hands to their side, or they put their hands down behind their back, or hands in their pocket, like, that's not natural. When I'm talking and I'm all stiff like this and I'm trying to tell you a story, it's not going to help. So keep your hands free, be natural, be conversational, be cruisy. Tip number 3 is to project your feelings. Okay, this is something that, again, we do naturally in conversation, but when we are in a state of, how do I explain this best? When we're in a state of happiness, things just naturally come out. We naturally have gestures that we do. When we're sad, we naturally slouch. When we're angry, we naturally use angry gestures. And so let your feelings come out in your gestures, because in public speaking, one of the best things we can do is pass emotion onto our audience, because people remember things when it has emotions attached to it much better than if it's just statistical information and doesn't have any emotions. So by using gestures that support your feelings, that bring your feelings out of your body, then you will get your message across more effectively. Tip number 4 is to prepare and practice. Again, I recommend video for this because you can watch yourself back, but doing it in the mirror is helpful as well, or even not even looking. Do it in the dark, do it in the pitch black so no one can see you, but at least you can feel your body and you can feel that things that you're aware of. So the idea when you prepare and practice is to think about what you're saying and to think about what gestures best support what you're saying and try and do them as you say it. You know, when you first learn to drive a car and you need to change gears, you need to drive straight, you need to turn, you need to indicate, you need to check your rearview mirror, there's a lot of things to do, right? And when I learned to drive a car, I started in an empty car park. And so first I learned how to change gears whilst going straight. No turning, and then you kind of just turn around to go back. And so I learned the basics, and then I went up to changing gears whilst turning and then indicating as well and checking my rearview mirror and adjusting the radio and texting. No, I don't text while I'm driving. You shouldn't either. Anyway, so just like driving a car, we learn things progressively and you got to do a lot of things at once. And the same is with gesturing. When you're walking around the room and giving a presentation and you're talking and you're trying to make eye contact and you're trying to give hand gestures, it's a lot of things to do at once. And for women it might be okay, but for men who are not good at multitasking, it's much harder. So we need to practice, stand still, one spot, and give your talk and just use your hands. And then you can add in some walking, some moving, some eye contact, and so forth. So by practicing, we get better, we get to learn the tics that we have, and we also get to practice our gestures so they become subconscious. Tip number 5 is to be more animated than you think you need to be. The fact is, when you're up on stage, especially if you're talking to a big audience, you look about this big. You look teeny tiny to people. Even if it's a small group of 10 people and they're at the back of the room, so as far back as I can go because it's a wall, you're not right up close to their face. You can't see exactly their facial expressions. So by being more animated than we think we need to be, we actually look normal. If we're just as animated as we are in everyday conversation, then our hand gestures look small, our facial expressions look like we're not doing much at all. And so by being more animated, you're actually looking normal, not looking weird. So this does take some practice, but over time you become used to it, becomes normal, and if you watch yourself back on video, you will see that it's very normal to be more animated than less animated. This is why actors use, like clowns, use makeup that exaggerate their expressions, because they need to exaggerate, because when you're on a play, you're on a stage and people are so far away, you need to exaggerate your expressions so they can see it because they're so far back. So the same is true for public speaking. We need to exaggerate a little bit so that it actually looks normal to the audience. So there you have 5 tips on how to better improve your public speaking gestures, how to use public speaking gestures more effectively. If you want more videos, audios, and articles just like this one, head over to the blog at publicspeakingpower.com and start to practice and become a powerful public speaker yourself.